Hello everyone, I'm Michaela Kathleen. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Today I am doing a St. Patrick's Day book tag, which there are a lot of these floating around out there. This one is one that I made on my own, but some of the questions might be kind of similar to ones found in other St. Patrick's Day tags. But jumping right in, the first question on the tag is, name a book with a green cover. So for this one I picked Inheritance by Christopher Paolini, which is the final book in the Inheritance cycle. I don't know if you know this, but I reread these last year and I really enjoyed it a whole lot. Question number 2 is Leprechauns. Name a book with mythical creatures. And for this one I went with the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. This series just features some of my favorite mythical creatures, and my personal absolute favorite is Fawkes the Phoenix. Question number 3 is gold. Name a book that is worth its weight in gold. And for this one I went with The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. And I did not just go with this because of the gold cover, although it is a very shiny gold cover, but also because the story just offers such important social commentary. Question number 4 is rainbows. Name a book with LGBTQIA+ representation. And for this one I went with Let's Talk About Love by Claire Kahn, which has a sexual representation, which I feel like is one that doesn't get represented as much, although there's definitely been an increase recently, which is nice. Question number 5 is four-leaf clover. Name a book you feel lucky to have read. And for this one I went with The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. This is one of my all-time favorite books. It's a very important story to me, and it's one that I actually just kind of randomly put on my Christmas list one year because I just kind of kept seeing it everywhere, but I had no idea what it was about. Didn't know who John Green was, although I had years before read Looking for Alaska, which I eventually did realize, and I went back and reread it and got all his books, and now he is my favorite author. So yeah, I feel very lucky to have read this and to have discovered John Green. And this is also the first book that I read aloud to my dad, which led to many happy memories. And so yeah, just holds a very special place in my heart, and I feel very lucky to have read it. Question number 6 is Ireland. Name a book that takes place in Europe. With this question, I could have gone with Ireland, but I honestly don't know if I have any books that take place in Ireland. And I could have gone with just a country other than your own, but I figured I would go with Europe because that's doable. I have books that take place in Europe and Ireland's in Europe, so that's what I went with. But anyways, the book that I have chosen for this is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This is just a really fun, cute romance read that actually has a little more to it than you would think, in my opinion. Question number 7 is pinching. Name a book that annoyed you. And I no longer have this book. I unhauled it, but for this one I went with Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. And yeah, this one I just really did not enjoy, and it definitely annoyed me reading it. Question number 8 is beer. Name a book that was so sad you needed a drink to get over the emotional trauma. And for this one I went with All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. And yeah, what more is there to say? This was just a really sad book and need all the alcohol to get over it. And the final question, question number 9, the one I am most proud of, is DCOM classic, Luck of the Irish. I don't know if you remember this movie that was on Disney Channel back in the day, but it was a masterpiece. And so for this one you need to name a book that for you is a childhood classic. And for this one I went with Princess Academy by Shannon Hale. I love this book so much, one of my all-time favorites. It has been with me since childhood, and going back into this book always just feels so cozy and so much like home, and definitely takes me right back to childhood. So yeah, that was all of the questions in this tag, the St. Patrick's Day tag. Please feel free to do this tag yourself. I hope you enjoyed watching. And now for our quote of the day for this video. And for this one I have one from Shel Silverstein, and it goes, "If you are a dreamer, come in. If you are a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, for we have some flax golden tales to spin. Come in, come in. Thanks for watching. Remember, words matter.